Madeleine Hamilton is a long-term aficionado of mid-20th century design and popular culture. All of this is a ruse by which she can defend her collection of posters, books and ephemera relating to pin-up girls. She is now, thanks to that research, Dr. Madeleine Hamilton, but more importantly, she's also now a published author. Please make her very welcome.
I'm going to start a little late in the book on page 89, chapter 5, Girls, Girls, Girls. I spent the final day of an autumn holiday in Sydney's Mitchell Library with a deluge of 50s magazines and popular newspapers. By the time I packed my pencil case and left for Melbourne, I was drowning in a glut of girl contests. As I snoozed on the plane, I dreamt of a parade of females in tight sweaters or swimsuits, sashaying down an endless runway. Is that how Australians felt in the 50s? Inundated by beautiful girls? Judging by the evidence, they couldn't get enough. The Sun News pictorial, which enjoyed one of the largest circulations in Australia after World War II, ran Sweater Girl, Miss Teenage, Miss Showgirl and Miss Summer beauty quests, all obviously conducted with female readers in mind. This was the audience the advertisers, who kept the paper afloat, wanted to talk to, the women who are responsible for the family budget. Are you selling to Victoria? The paper asked advertisers in 1951. Whatever your sales message, the Sun carries it to more than 420,000 people daily, reaching every kind of buyer group important to you. The Sun Sun Girl contest, sometimes called the Beach Girl Quest, was a major annual Melbourne event, attracting hundreds of competitors and thousands of spectators. Up to 18 heats were held over the summer months on beaches across Victoria, from Rosebud to Torquay. Open to all single Victorian women over 16 years of age, the event received thorough coverage in the Sun, with the final stages granted front page priority. Entrance photographs decorated the paper's pages during the summer months as the many heats took place, and every Monday a full lineup featuring all contestants dominated the paper's centre pages. Only the death of King George VI in February 1952 and the filming of On the Beach in Melbourne in early '58 overshadowed the quest. When 17-year-old student teacher Mary McAvoy won the final heat of the 1953 contest at Williamstown, her victory was greeted with near pandemonium. According to The Sun, lifesavers had difficulty in keeping the crowd of more than 7,000 back from the arena during the parade. When the results were announced, the crowd broke through the cordon and surged onto the judging area, while amateur photographers jostled for positions to snap the place getters. That year's final was an even more remarkable affair. The paper reported that the 15 finalists travelled to St Kilda Beach in a fleet of MG sports cars, led by a motorcycle police escort. They were then piped onto the sand by the Melbourne Highland Pipe Band through a guard of honour of 30 St Kilda lifesavers. The winner, 17-year-old Leslie Parsons, almost overcome with nervousness and excitement, was presented with a cheque for £250 by the general manager of The Sun, Mr Herbert Pacini, who said, "If ever we were proud of our Australian girls, that pride must be swelled by what we saw today." The day concluded with a lavish function at the George Hotel in Fitzroy Street. In 1955, due to bad weather, the final judging of the quest took place in St Kilda Town Hall, but the chilly conditions didn't prevent the 24 swimsuit-clad finalists being driven there from the George Hotel, where preliminary judging had taken place in open sports cars. A 2,000-strong audience greeted the no doubt freezing finalists. 17-year-old Jan Solano, a professional model at Myers department store, was awarded the title. A hot favourite with the crowd, the victor was described by the paper as a honey blonde with pale blue eyes. Tall with a rich, warm suntan, Jan is a true outdoor girl who typifies the best qualities of Australia's young people. Her measurements are 34, 23, 35 and she weighs 9 stone. As well as boosting circulation with numerous photographs of beautiful young women in swimming attire, the annual quest provided a valuable marketing opportunity for advisors. Many companies were keen to see their products linked to a competition so popular with the Victorian public. Ads aimed at women were placed next to stories on the event, suggesting female readers took a close interest. The Sun's coverage of the 1952 Queenscliff heat, for example, was surrounded by ads for Maclean's toothpaste, Ricketts blue washing machines, light-burn washing machines, and even a shop selling extra broad matron's shoes. Women's undergarment brand Hickory likewise saw the commercial value of sponsoring an event followed by over 500,000 Victorians, and its logo featured heavily in promotional material and reportage of the quest. Hickory also sponsored the annual Miss Australia quest between 1954 and 69. It was essential that the Sun contest didn't offend female readers with any overtly sexual or indecorous display. So entrants wore one-piece swimsuits rather than bikinis and were meticulously groomed. The respectable occupations, stable family backgrounds and marriageability of finalists were emphasised. The Sun reported that Jan Solano would like to marry at about 22 and had a boyfriend, Rick Prophet, 20, of Elstonwick. 1952 Torquay Sun girl Joan Belko told the paper she'd rather be married than be a full-time mannequin. Marriage is the best career. This is the 50s. The occupations of finalists were also of great interest. The young women were overwhelmingly employed in nursing, clerical or retail work, teaching and modelling. 1953 Lang Lang Beach girl Vida Kent stood out for the fact that she worked on her father's dairy farm in Pakenham East. Generally, finalists lived with their families in the middle-class suburbs of Melbourne. They were portrayed as respectable, polite, educated, sporty and domestically competent. Like Pamela Henry, who was reported as a non-smoker and non-drinker. She was educated at McRobertson Girls High School and works at the Commonwealth Bank. Her sports are tennis, swimming and surfing. 17-year-old Jill Goebel, winner of the first heat of the 1959 quest at Elwood Beach, hopes to, silly pictures in the way, take up primary teaching. And winner of the year's Portsea heat, Wendy Page, was not only gainfully employed as a State Electricity Commission stenographer, but had given up her holidays to volunteer at the Lord Mayor's Camp for Children at Portsea. Many finalists exhibited a healthy level of confidence, even flamboyancy. 21-year-old winner of the 1958 Chelsea heat, Valerie Davis, entered the quest despite apparently being disparagingly advised by her father that she didn't have a chance. Valerie told the paper that the contest was her final fling before marriage. Winner of the overall 1958 title, Betty Morgan, was both a qualified pharmacist who owned her own business and a keen racing car driver. The paper reported that she appeared in many shows with Reg Crash Kavanagh, daredevil car driver. She wants to travel and intends going abroad soon with Reg Kavanagh's Hell Drivers. Despite the interesting personalities and qualifications of some of the finalists, it was their overall conformity to the nice girl ideal that accounted for their success in the annual Sun Girl Quest. Finalists were rarely from working class or immigrant backgrounds, poorly educated, unemployed or not contemplating marriage. The quest was presented by the paper as a respectable and entertaining event for all the family to enjoy. The presence of upstanding citizens among the judges, such as mayoresses and female gallery directors, contributed to the apparent propriety of the quest. While the Sun News Pictorial aimed to attract both male and female readers by staging events such as the Sun Girl Quest, other publications used very similar images of young women to target a more select group of Australian consumers. And I'll leave you to find out who that group was. Thank you.